Over the past, I should have thought about this before I press record. Probably, well, almost 2 years now. Maybe a year and a half. Something like that anyway. I have not had a job. I've not had paid employment. I've had drips and drabs of little things, like helping friends out for cash, but I haven't had an employed job. And what the difference has been is that I've only done what I wanted to do. So this is something that I really want to share about, because I've been practicing over the last however long, what it's like to live doing what you want to do when you want to do it. And there have been limitations financially, but I've always seemed to find a way around it, and things have always seemed to work out, which is amazing. It's like I feel like I've been able to take the leaps and the risks that I've wanted to, and they've all worked out because I've just assumed that things would be fine. I thought, well, it probably won't go wrong, and if it does go wrong, then I'll just deal with it then. So what's the worst that could happen? And then what's the worst that could happen after that? So now that I've been through this, and I'm still kind of going through it mostly, I'm now working as an au pair, but my job is like an hour and a half to 2 hours, 5 days a week in the morning, and it's pleasant work for me to do, and I can still get on with my own stuff whilst I'm teaching sometimes. Anyway, so my point is, it's like I've had this free time to learn what I want to do, and I've been able to experiment with different lifestyle changes, with different diets, with different waking hours, with all kinds of stuff, and it's given me so many opportunities to learn new things and follow my passions and my dreams and where they've taken me. And it hasn't been easy. It really hasn't been easy. There's been times when I've been overwhelmed with how much time I've had, and that sounds, well, it doesn't matter how it sounds. That's how it is. It was hard for me at times, but on a whole, it's been a fantastic experience. And I can say that I enjoy having more responsibilities, and I enjoy having things to do more than just flouncing about. But I suppose I never really flounced about apart from a short period of time when I wasn't feeling very happy, and then I spent a lot of time just watching series that killed my pineal gland and dumbed me down and made me depressed. But then I stopped watching them. Woo! Anyway, so do what you want. Things will always work out. Be happy to take risks, and if you don't feel happy to take risks, take them anyway, and it will be okay. Just trust me when I say that. Don't be afraid to do something different. Yeah. Oh, I really wanted to say this yesterday, but I was too tired. I was in bed when I had the thought, and then I didn't write it down. So I talk a lot about my dreams and my aspirations, because they are what my life revolves around, and that's what I'm passionate about. And a lot of the time I've come across, my whole life really, people have always said to me, oh yeah, when I was young I always wanted to change the world, and I thought I could do this and that and the other, and my response was always, well, like, what changed, or like, why aren't you doing that now? What happened? And I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe when I'm older I will stop feeling as passionate, and I will stop trying so hard to make the world a better place. But there's no point in me. So somebody yesterday said to me, this story, when I was young I wanted to do all this, that and the other, and he said it in a way that, well, I made it mean to me that he was saying that I couldn't achieve it and that I would give up at some point. And at first I took offence by that, and then for a split second, and then I thought, oh well, actually that's just his story. He's saying that because he feels that he couldn't achieve it, so he stopped. But he is not me, so why would I take on board his beliefs that I will not be able to achieve what I want to achieve? And you can apply this to many things when people say things. So for me, I do have the thing about people thinking that I'm too young to be doing things. I'm too young to be teaching my knowledge. I'm too young to be sharing. But we all have stuff to share. We all have different perspectives and experiences in life, and just because we haven't had as many as someone who's older doesn't mean that they're not what we have to say and what we have to share is not as important. I think it's more important, if anything, to be sharing so there are many perspectives. If people only started sharing their wisdom when they hit a certain age, then how limited would that information be, and how tainted it would be by all of these other life experiences that had made that person the way that they were. So, do what you love. Don't be afraid to take risks. Ignore what people say, and don't take on board what people say if it's going to hurt you or harm you. And don't hold yourself back based on what other people say. And if you feel demotivated by what somebody has said to you, then sit with that feeling. Consider why it makes you feel that way, and maybe practice an exercise to see how, or when you first felt that feeling, and or times you felt that in the past, and then do some inner work to let that go. And that's another subject for another day, but that's something that you can consider. So, be your best self, be the change that you want to see in the world, because if you aren't the change that you want to see in the world, then what's the point? Because you're not living with integrity. Thought about that. Right. Bye.